I'm telling this by the fire because the road still listens. Pause. If you breathe too loud, it breathes with you. The old people called it the whispering road, but they were kind. It doesn't whisper. It learns. Tonight, I stepped onto it after the rain, and the pines held their breath. The mud took my weight like a hand that didn't want to let go. My lantern burned low, a tired eye that feared to blink. I said nothing. My voice said, "Don't." I had not spoken. It came a heartbeat ahead of my thoughts, wearing my tone like stolen skin. Cold slid under my nails, curious as a needle. Whisper. Left, my future said. And the fog parted before I saw the fork. I didn't turn. Pride is the quick way to bleed. Something tall stood between the trees, not a shadow but a gap that moved. The lantern sighed, and the dark leaned closer to listen. I tasted metal, the kind you only taste when a door is closing. "Count your breaths," said the voice, and the road counted with me. On 6, bark scraped like teeth. On 7, it stopped behind my ear. "Do not look." The order fit my bones like an old brake. Something cold tapped the back of my neck, gentle as ownership. My name rose in the fog, spoken from up the path in my exact voice. It did not ask me to come. It assumed I would. I opened my mouth to answer, and heard myself answer first. The echo of my own answer crawled ahead of me. It didn't fade. It fed, like breath shared through glass. The fog thickened, alive and pulsing, tasting me with its silence. Somewhere far off, something scraped wood, long, patient, deliberate. I raised the lantern. The flame bent toward the sound, eager to die. That's when I saw them. Prints, bare, human. They glistened in the mud, pointing both ways, like someone pacing forever. My stomach turned. They were mine, every one of them. I stepped forward, and a new print appeared ahead of me. Fresh, wet, waiting. The road was walking me. Behind the trees, a voice like broken leaves whispered, "You're late." My mouth went dry. My tongue tasted of ash and old fear. "I'm not supposed to be here," I said. "Yes," answered the dark, "but you came when it called." Something brushed my sleeve, soft, but it burned cold. The pines were trembling now, shedding needles like nervous sweat. Through the mist, I saw movement, a figure half formed, half remembered. It had my stance, my breath, my tremor. But its eyes opened before I blinked. I watched it inhale my air, and when it smiled, my ribs ached like they'd been borrowed. The whisper wasn't beside me anymore. It was inside my breath, finishing my sentences from within. Softly, "Keep walking," it said. The mud rose around my boots, warm as pulse. Every step I took, the world behind me forgot I existed. The forest was erasing me, not fast, but carefully. When I looked back, even the lantern light refused to remember. And then I saw it. A tree carved with symbols, deep and wet. The same spiral I'd once drawn in a dream I'd tried to forget. At the base of the trunk, a handprint pressed into the bark, still bleeding. My hand. I reached toward it, knowing I shouldn't. The moment my fingers touched it, the bleeding stopped, and the whisper spoke from inside my skull. "Now we're even." The whisper stayed inside me. It wasn't a voice anymore. It was a rhythm, like a second heartbeat beneath mine. When I exhaled, it spoke. When I inhaled, it listened. Somewhere behind my teeth, something else was breathing. I tried to scream, but the sound folded inward, swallowed by my own lungs. The road like that. I felt it hum beneath the mud, pleased. Then came the smell. Not earth, not rain, but something older, like wet stone warmed by blood. Ahead, the fog opened to a clearing I hadn't noticed before. In the center stood a wooden cross, ancient and crooked, tied with red twine. It trembled with every breath I took. My lantern went out. The dark no longer hid. It watched. Beneath the cross lay another lantern. Its glass was cracked. Inside, a flame still moved, slow, stubborn, alive. I knelt beside it. The heat didn't come from the fire, but from the air. It pulsed with a heartbeat that wasn't mine. Something whispered in the black. "Do you remember the first time you died here?" The words slid through my skull like roots through soft ground. I saw flashes, rain, footprints, fog swallowing a man who looked like me. His face vanished when I tried to remember it. The whisper sighed. "We keep forgetting, don't we?" And then I understood. I hadn't found the Whispering Road. It had found me. It had walked me before, warned me before, spoken through me again and again. I wasn't the first to step here. I was just the next echo that thought it was real. The twine on the cross tightened, creaking. Something in the trees began to count. 1. The sound was my own voice. 2. The mud moved, slow and breathing. 3. The clearing bent inward, folding like wet paper. 4. My hands vanished into the dirt, warm as flesh. 5. The whisper laughed, low, wet, relieved. 6. A second pair of lungs filled inside my chest. 7. And everything went quiet. When I opened my eyes, I was standing by the fire again. The same circle, the same night. But the lantern beside me was cracked, and the voice that spoke when I exhaled wasn't mine anymore. Whisper, your turn.